Hey everyone, this is going to be a neutral smoky eye tutorial. It's just going to be a voiceover for the whole thing, so if you have any questions, put it in the comments below. So first I'm going to start with the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector Primer. It's a mouthful. This stuff is very gluey texture, but I promise you it keeps your skin matte and keeps your makeup in place. And for foundation, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup. This stuff is a very runny consistency, a very lightweight feeling, light diffusing foundation. And the best way that I found to put it on is with the Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki brush. You don't need very much, a little will go a long way. As you can see, I do have a self tanner on the rest of my body, so this is why this shade in 6.0 kind of suits my body. Normally, I don't know, I probably would be a 3.0 just with my light skin tone. Anyway, this makeup stays on the skin beautifully. It has like a satin finish. It's just gorgeous. And for concealer for all over the face and for highlighting purposes, I'm going to use the MAC Pro Longwear concealers in NC20 and NC25. Normally I would mix like a half a pump of the both together if I wanted a darker color, but I kind of realized after having the NC20 on alone, it was too light for that dark foundation, so that's why I went back and added a little more of the NC25 just to make it a little more natural and not as white underneath the eye with the dark foundation contrasting. And then of course you need to set all your liquid makeup with a powder. So here I'm using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting powder. The color was Incandescent Light. And then for all over the face I'm using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Medium Plus. Right into contouring or bronzing, whichever you like to call it. I don't do any really intense chiseling out here or anything with like a dark cream. I'm just using a light bronzer. This one is Essence for blondes. It's from Shoppers Drug Mart. Very inexpensive, but a very nice colored bronzer for my skin tone. And for blush, again, very inexpensive makeup. I'm using the bottom right corner. It's like a dusty rose color, and I'm applying that with the Duo Fiber brush, the F15. The bronzer brush that I use actually was a Quo contour face brush, if you're wondering. Now for highlighting the cheekbones, I'm actually going to use a fan brush from Quo, and jumping back all over the place, I know when I did set the under eyes, I used a tapered highlighter F35 brush. I'll list all that stuff down below for you guys. So this is my go-to eyebrow makeup technique, I guess. I've been doing this for years now. It's the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and this is in the color Dark Brown. Since I've lightened my hair color, I still have roots, and I did that purposely because I wanted to be able to still have like my darker brows and make it look somewhat natural, like a grown out root type of thing. So I use the exact same color as I always use before with dark hair, but I just use a lighter hand and I fill them in a little later and a little smaller instead of having a really super dark bold brow. And before any eyeshadow look, I like to prime the eyes with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. It just gives a really nice, perfect canvas for doing any kind of eye look. And then for eyeshadow, I'm using a few different palettes. The first palette that I'm going to use is the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. I'm just using a brush that came with like the Urban Decay Naked palette. And I'm using Naked 2. It's like a cool tone brown just in the crease just to give it a bit of dimension. And in the Lorac Pro palette, the color Mauve. It's a beautiful color, very natural looking. It has a little hint of purple, but again, it's a cool toned kind of brownish purpley tone. And then Cream is just going to highlight underneath the brow and in the inner corner of my eye. And as you can see here, I'm putting the color Toasted from the first Urban Decay Naked palette all over my lid. I'm using a Sonia Kashuk brush here. It's number 28. It's like the most perfect brush for doing all over lid color and packing on color. And then I'm using just the MAC Single Eyeshadow in Shroom, and that's just going to go right on the center of my lid to make the eyeball look a little more rounded and make the lid look bigger. The black that I'm using here with a pencil brush from Sigma, which is the E30, is just going to intensify that look and make it more dramatic looking. So I'm just going to make like the outer V pop and stand out and bring that black into the crease a little more. And then I'm going back in with the first brush that I used with the cool tone brown to just blend that out. And this step is optional. Just for a little bit of interest, I'm adding a bit of gold to the lower waterline with the E21 smudge brush from Sigma. Now, a step that is not optional to me is adding a winged liner to any smoky eye. Well, you could do a smudge like a slash line kind of a liner, but anyway, cat eye always makes these winged, what am I trying to say? Smoky eyes with a wing just looks, I think it goes hand in hand. I can't talk today. So I'm using a small angle brush, the E65, and I'm using the Maybelline Eye Studio gel liner for my wing. There, I managed to get those words out. And of course, the best way to make your eyeshadow look good is to pop on some lashes. I know the glue hasn't dried here, so before you say that, I mean, I'm aware of it. But the lash glue that I used was Duo Lash Glue. And here I'm using a MAC Cosmetics Nourishing Lipstick in Grand Dame, however you pronounce it. And this is the final look. So if you guys like this and you want some different looks, or you want something funkier instead of a neutral, natural look, just comment below, let me know. Thumbs up the video, follow me on all these places. These social media places are getting ridiculous. There's so many. Bye!